Radical Ones, it is our final week of radical retro cooking. Thank you as always for joining us on Radical Retro Cooking. I am your host, Radical Ryan Hunter. And today we are doing the fan choice of Cowboy cookies. Well, maybe the title doesn't scream Halloween 100%. But as always, we are getting this from Miss Susan Purdy's 1977 Halloween Cookbook. About a week ago, I asked the beautiful Radical Ones over on our Instagram 3 different recipes to choose from. Cowboy cookies, peanut butter bugs, and Senor squash. Well, it was a tight race, but by 1 vote, it was Cowboy cookies. Miss Susan Purdy describes our final Halloween recipe as made with chocolate bits, oats, and nuts. These crunchy cookies will quickly become everyone's favorite. So, you'll be sure to have enough to go around. We made this an extra large recipe. If you like, you could freeze some dough to bake later. Ooh, but no, Miss Susan Purdy. We're going big for our last episode, and I'm gonna follow. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? I'm gonna follow Miss Susan's recipe exactly. Except for one thing. I am allergic to walnuts, which is what is in this. I've got a lot of allergies, Radical Ones, and one of the things are walnuts. Matter of fact, I'm allergic to various seeds and nuts, but peanuts are not one of them. I believe this is because they are a legume family, but either way, thank God, because I love peanuts and I love peanut butter. So instead of the walnuts, I will be using dry roasted peanuts. So feel free though to use walnuts or any other nut that you might have in your house, including your spouse. Hey Radical Ones, Susan Purdy asked for a few things. You're gonna need 2 sticks of butter. You're gonna need some granulated sugar, about 3/4 cup, although feel free to use a sugar substitute. I myself like some stevia. We also need dark brown sugar. Ooh, I love brown sugar, oh God. 2 eggs, vanilla, 2 cups of multi-purpose flour. Famous Miss Purdy, she's going out with a bang. She's got her wheat germ, thank God. But you know what, this is good. She knew that I was gonna be doing other recipes and use this wheat germ up. Baking soda, salt, old-fashioned rolled oats, 1 cup of chopped walnuts. But again, using the peanuts. Semi-sweet chocolate chips. So now I just lied to all of my beautiful radicals when I said I wasn't changing the recipe. I'm not. I am in theory, but I'm not to do anything harmful. You are gonna get extra taste, I thought. So I'm gonna do some chocolate chips and some of these butterscotch flavored chips, because I think we're gonna make these Cowboy cookies even more desirable than Miss Susan Purdy has told us originally. Radical Ones, as always, the recipe will be in the description below, also on Instagram, and I do like to list some of the ingredients on the side of my person here, so feel free, I'm sure you'll be seeing those popping up on the screen as well. Okay, so you're gonna set your ovens to 350 degrees, and we're gonna grease a cookie sheet with butter or margarine. Or, I just thought, I love parchment paper. I'm gonna put that down as well because nothing sticks to parchment paper. With an electric mixer or spatula, we're gonna beat the butter, the sugar together in a mixing bowl. So we got our orange mixing bowl back again. 2 sticks of butter and the sugar together in a bowl, and we're gonna whip that together. So here we go. Okay, we have our butter, And we have our sugar, which we are adding the 2 sticks of butter with the 3/4 cup of sugar. Here's more sugar. We're adding 3/4 cup of the dark brown sugar. And this is what everything looks like so far. So here's our beautiful sugar butter, basically. Susan wants us to mix everything together and then add the 2 eggs as well as the vanilla. Okay, Radical Ones, I added the eggs in and now we are adding in the vanilla extract. Miss Purdy asked for 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. I mean, a little more fell in, but what could go wrong? I love vanilla. We are gonna mix this mixture well, Radical Ones. This is the eggs, the sugar, the butter, vanilla extract, and we're mixing this very well as per the recipe. Okay, so now we have to add in our flour, our baking soda, and our salt. So we got 1 teaspoon of salt. Acing this recipe this week, I can feel it. Could feel it. It's gonna be good. And for flour, we got 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm assuming definitely any kind of flour would work in this, but don't quote me on that. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. 1/4 cup of wheat germ. Miss Purdy's favorite. And then we also have our nuts, which is gonna be, they asked for 1 cup of walnuts. Again, use your favorite nut, although to get the authentic Cowboy Crunch, I'm assuming. A heaping cup of peanuts, which is gonna be our nut substitute here. And then we got our rolled oats, 1 cup of rolled oats. Ooh. 2 cups of chocolate chips. But Radical Ones, I'm gonna do 1 cup of the chocolate and 1 cup of the butterscotch. Because I feel like the butterscotch would fit perfect with these fall flavors. And why not? I feel like butterscotch makes things really good. And of course, this could be the reason why this recipe doesn't turn out well, if it doesn't. But we are going for pro status this week as naturally flavored, I'm sure. 1 cup of the butterscotch. And here's my next problem. I always choose the wrong size bowl for things. Use a bigger bowl. But now we gotta mix this. Our Radical Ones, so here is our dough. It's supposed to make about 7 dozen cookies, and she was not lying when she said this makes a lot. So again, I'm using parchment paper, and each batch should be about 10 minutes. So let's see, we're gonna have about 7 dozen of these Cowboy Crunch cookies. I only put this much on the first tray because I have a feeling these are gonna spread. So let's see in 10 minutes how the first batch does, and then I'm just gonna continue to cook them. That's not for you, silly cats. That's Cowboy cookies. So Radical Ones, the first batch is out of the oven, and I will say 10 minutes was not enough. I did make them a little larger, so maybe that was the reason, but I ended up leaving them in for 15 minutes. Radical Ones! The Cowboy cookies are done. Time to find out if these cookies will bring all the cowboys to the yard. So Susan wasn't lying when she said it makes a massive amount of cookies. And I have to say, for me, the 10 minutes in the oven definitely needed to be put up to about 15. I will say one of the batches near the end did end up burning a little. But for the most part, they came out pretty, decent. I would say not too dark on the bottom. Finally a recipe that I think I could have succeeded in. Very crunchy. And for as much butter and sugar that we added into this recipe, very mild taste, but I get a lot of nice buttery, like a browned butter taste in the background. will say the peanuts taste really nice, but I'm sure walnuts taste even nicer. So I would say if you were to add butterscotch and even the chocolate chips, I might say add that up to a cup and a half each to actually give it a chocolatey chip taste or whatever you have in there. But all in all, not burnt. I have to say, this experiment doing this cooking for everyone in October was a lot of fun. And there's people that I want to thank for always supporting me. These people, some of them have been there since the beginning and some of them are newer friends, but I have to give a big thank you to a few people who has made this season magical for me. As of course, always my two co-hosts, my brother David and Rob, the movie geek. But one of our biggest radical ones, Jeanette, she's always trying to make these recipes after we do it. She supports us in so many ways. Jamie Lee on Instagram, Ross on Instagram, /TV, aka David, and of course, Jeff from the GCAP Recap. My friend Cadu from Brazil, and so many other people are always there for me. Everyone else, I hope I didn't miss. But I appreciate everybody, and thank you so much, Radical Ones. Can you believe we made it through Susan Purdy's Halloween? And I'm still here. Guess we made it out of that one easy. What is this? Oh no, no, not again. There's a Christmas cookbook. To be continued.